What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I'm bringing you guys another episode of Call of Duty Ghosts 101. And in this one, we're going to be talking about my favorite class setups thus far. So it's November 6th. The game came out yesterday, but I got the game a little bit early, so I've got a little bit more experience than that. And I've had the chance to try out every single gun in the game, and so I've made these classes just kind of based off of feel. Like, I haven't gone really deep into the stats and things like that. Like, this is just some of the stuff that I've been having success with that I wanted to share with you guys to give you all ideas of class setups you could make and, weapon attachments you could use and things like that. So let's go through it. We're going to go through my top 6 classes that I'm using the most at the moment. So starting off, my first one is an AR class, and it uses the SC-2010, which is one of the assault rifles that you have unlocked right from the beginning. And this thing is very, very good. It's almost identical to the ACR from Modern Warfare 3. So it's a really, really low recoil weapon. It doesn't have the most damage in the world, but enough damage to get the job done. Like, it's a solid weapon that won't do you wrong. So I love this thing. I've got the red dot sight on it. The iron sights honestly aren't that bad. I don't even need the red dot, but I do anyway. And then also I've got the muzzle brake to increase my range and help me to kill people at those longer distances where it does start to get a little bit weaker. Now, one thing you'll notice is I don't have a secondary on this class, and I actually don't have a secondary on a lot of my classes just because I don't feel like this game warrants it. Like, there are a lot of great perks in this game, 35 in total, and I feel like if I have an extra perk helping me out at all times, that's more useful than the maybe 1 or 2 times a game where I would actually use my secondary to kill somebody. So, I don't know, that's just my opinion. I use them on some classes, but most of them, I trade out secondaries, lethals, and tacticals for perks, at least in this point in time, and I'm having some success with that, so you guys may want to try that out. In terms of perks here, we have Ready Up, which allows me to ready up my weapon faster after sprinting, which is very, very good. I sprint a lot. It actually puts me in a lot of bad situations, so that perk helps me out a bit. I've also got Sleight of Hand on there. Pretty basic perk. It's been around forever, and it's good on pretty much any class, so that's always a solid one you can use. Next up, we have Quick Draw, which makes you aim down sight faster. I always use this on all of my ARs, because when you're in those medium to long range gunfights, you want to get the first shot on the other guy, make him flinch, make him miss, and win that gunfight. So Quick Draw allows you to do that. I've also got Dead Silence on it, just because, especially right now, right when the game comes out and things, there's a lot of people that are trying really, really hard with their headsets and everything like that, so I want to try to stay off of people's radar in that way and be able to be a little bit more sneaky. And then finally, I've got Off the Grid, which is a perk that I recommend you guys unlock and use on all of your classes, especially during launch week, because everybody is using SATCOMs right now, and that's going to protect you from those SATCOMs, so that's very useful. Now, moving on to my second class here, I've got another AR class, and this is my baby. This is my most used class at the moment, and it's the MSBS. So I'm sure you guys have heard about this weapon. It's very, very, very good. It's a 3-round burst weapon, usually kills in 1 burst, sometimes 2, but it's an absolute beast. It's the COD 4 M16, and yeah, I love it. It's really good if you're good with it, if you can be accurate and put shots on target. If you can't, then it's kind of a decent weapon. Like, if you aren't accurate at medium to long range, then you're going to struggle a little bit with it because you can't spray. So it's kind of like a high risk, high reward weapon that I suggest you guys try out. As for attachments, I have the red dot sight on it. I do not like the iron sights at all. This weapon is a precision weapon. You want to be perfectly on target, so red dot sight is a must. Again, no secondaries, no lethals, no tacticals. My perk setup here is a little bit different, so you'll see a couple of the same, like Ready Up and Sleight of Hand, but I also put Stalker on this one because, again, this weapon is a very, very high accuracy weapon. Like, you need to be accurate with it, so I aim down sight a lot. I want to be able to move around corners and move around really, really quickly when I'm aimed down sight, so Stalker helps me to do that. I've also got Quick Draw in this class as well, which, again, I use on all of my assault rifle classes. And then finally, I've got Focus, which is an absolutely amazing perk. It reduces the weapon sway when you're aiming down sights, and it reduces the flinch when you're hit. So if somebody comes around a corner and they do get first shot on me, I don't want to be completely off the mark because I can't spray at them with this weapon, as effectively as something like an SMG or something like that. So I want to be able to stay on target and be able to shoot them through that weapon kickback when they're hitting me. So that helps me out a lot. Now, moving on to my third class here. This is my SMG class. I'm still kind of messing around with the SMGs in this game. I'm, fooling around with a lot of different things, and I don't think I've found my absolute favorite yet, but the one I like so far is the CBJMS because this thing has a very, very high fire rate. And then I put Rapid Fire and a foregrip on it. So, it makes it even faster shooting, so it's one of the most damage-dealing SMGs out there in terms of, like, damage per second. And then also I've got the foregrip on it to help me with the recoil, so I can kind of manage that quick shooting weapon. So this thing is just really good. If you're flying around the map spraying people down with, like, 900 rounds per minute, you're doing pretty freaking well. And like I said, I haven't really looked at the stats yet, so I don't know how many rounds per minute it is, but it's a lot. I don't have a secondary here because it's not necessary. Lethal and tactical, none of those. As for perks, this is my rushing class, baby. This is my blitz class. This is my in-your-face all-the-time class. So we've got ready up because I'm going to be sprinting a lot. We've also got sleight of hand because we're going to be using a lot of bullets. We've got agility for increased movement speed. So again, we want to be right up in your face. We've also got marathon, so we have unlimited sprint. We never have to stop sprinting. We've also got on the go here, which is one of my favorite new perks. Like, I feel like this is a really good perk idea, and what this allows you to do is reload while you're sprinting. So I can rush into an enemy spawn or something like that, kill 2 or 3 guys, and then rush out of there while I'm reloading, run around a corner, and then boom, I'm already reloaded by the time I get around that corner, so then I can jump back around the corner and kill whoever else is left in that area. So it's really useful in that regard. And then finally, I've got steady aim, because sometimes you have to spray with this weapon. I mean, it is pretty good if you're aiming down sight, but the recoil can get away from you, especially at medium range, especially when you have rapid fire on. So sometimes steady aim can be pretty beneficial and just kind of spraying down a room and things like that. And then finally, I had 1 perk slot left, and whenever I just have 1 perk slot left over, I use the Gambler perk. This is another one of my favorite perks in the game because it costs 1 perk point, which is nothing, and it spawns you with a random perk. And I mean, sometimes you can get Deadeye, or sometimes you can get ICU, or sometimes you get Blast Shield, these other expensive perks for just 1 point, and I think that's kind of cool. And I kind of like, spawning in, seeing whatever random perks on my screen, and then, kind of playing to that perk, trying to adjust my strategy mid-game based on what perks I have. It's kind of like a little game I have. But anyway, yeah, that's my rushing class. It's extremely, extremely fast. It's a lot of fun in Cranked, because Cranked, when you kill somebody, it already makes you fast. And then when you have all of these perks on, you're just literally like a Tasmanian devil, just tearing around the map faster than anybody else. So it's a lot of fun. Next up for my 4th class here, I've got an LMG class, baby. Yes, that's right. I've never really used LMGs before in Call of Duty. This is kind of the first one where I really, really like them, and I like a lot of them. My 2 favorites are the LSAT and the Ameli. Currently, I'm digging the LSAT a little bit more, so I've got the LSAT with the tracker sight on there. Really like that sight. My secondary is a pistol. I've actually got a secondary on this class because I want to be able to switch to it to move around the map a little bit quicker, because when you have your pistol out, you can move faster, and I hate moving slow in Call of Duty. Like, I can't even stand using an assault rifle and not having like marathon and agility on. Like, it seems too slow for me unless I'm playing something like search and rescue. So LMGs, the heaviest gun in the game, those things are horribly slow if you don't kind of alleviate for that with pistols. And then also I've got some speed perks on. So I've got agility, I've got marathon, I've got stalker, and then I've got quick draw to kind of make all of my movements a little bit faster with this weapon, and kind of be able to compete with the other SMGs and ARs and things like that at kind of closer range gunfights and things like that. Next up, second to last class here. This one's just kind of a fun mess around class. I really am enjoying it. This is another kind of like Cranked specialty class because you can do really good with it. With this one, I have the Bulldog shotgun with a foregrip and extended mags on it because the clip is a little bit small on the base weapon by itself, so those extended mags will allow you to get a couple extra kills. Then for perks, again, I've got some speed perks and some shotgun specialty perks. I've got ready up, so when I'm sprinting around, I can, kind of aim down sight really quickly, take out people. Sleight of hand, because you have to reload a lot. Agility, marathon, on the go. Again, you want to be able to sprint around and reload while doing that. I've also got tac resist on here because I always want to be in your face with this class. So I want to be able to withstand those stuns and, those flashes and EMPs and things like that. And then finally, I had 1 perk slot left over, so again, I'm using the Gambler perk. I really like Gambler. Like, you guys definitely need to check out Gambler if you haven't yet. And then finally, for my last class, my 6th class, I've got a sniper class here. So when I like to snipe, when I like to mix it up, I love using the USR. This thing is very, very good. It's got a ballistic CPU built into the weapon that helps reduce the recoil with each kill. And then also I like to put the chrome-lined barrel on this thing just to give myself a little bit more damage. And I think the increased kick is worth it because, with the sniper, you're looking for one-shot kills. It already doesn't get that many hit markers by itself, but with the chrome-lined, you're pretty much guaranteeing you're always going to have a one-shot kill with this weapon. I also use a secondary on this class. I've got the M9A1 pistol. That's just for, like, when an enemy runs up on me, I want to be able to switch to my pistol and take him out. I don't want to have to do any no-scopes or things like that, so that's what that's for. That's also what one of my perks are for. I've got Reflex on, which is actually a really good perk. It allows you to switch between your weapons and use equipment faster, so that's pretty cool. I've also got Quick Draw on it, so I can aim down sight faster, which is obviously very useful on a sniper class. And then finally, my last two perks are stealth-based perks, because I'm a sniper. I don't really want people knowing where I am and hearing me coming and things like that, because I'm already kind of at a disadvantage at close and medium range. So I've got Dead Silence and Off the Grid on. And yeah, those are the 6 classes that I'm currently enjoying the most right now. I figured I might as well show you guys them just to, kind of give you some ideas of what you could be using. Let me know what you guys are liking so far. Like, is there a certain class setup that you really like? Is there a certain weapon, a certain perk? Is there anything that you agree or disagree with in this video? Feel free to leave it down in the comments. Let's figure out some of the best classes in this game together. And thank you guys so much for watching. So I'll catch you guys later. Bunch of great Ghost videos coming soon. Check out these other 2 videos if you have not seen them yet. Thanks again for watching, guys. Catch you all later. Peace out.